YouTube? What is good, YouTube? Back at it with another Dolphins Pod, man. Gonna be running a little solo pod today. Not much to really talk about in the Dolphin world right now, but excuse me. Football is back, as you do all know by now. We are back at it. The OTAs is back full functioning. I know some news out there that's going on about Tua Tagovailoa and him possibly skipping the OTAs. He has come to practice. He wasn't there Tuesday, but he has come the other days. And so I don't think him skipping out on practice or being a holdout due to his contract negotiations is going to be an actual issue further down the line or something that would be kind of, problematic for the team. I don't think that's going to be a real concern. Now, before we get into the OTAs and what the media's seen in terms of the notes I want to get into, first and foremost, I want you all to know you can follow me anywhere: Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. I'm everywhere. Last Word Productions, just like you feel me, name in the little corner right there. I'm pointing the wrong way, but y'all know what it is. Last Word Productions, man. So let's get straight into it. So, Open Dolphins OTAs was Tuesday. You feel me? The media got their first look at the Dolphins team. And there was a list of players that weren't there. Tua was one of them. Raheem Mostert wasn't there. Tyreek Hill wasn't there. Jalen Waddle wasn't there. Odell wasn't there. So your top three receivers basically weren't there. And then your top two corners wasn't there as well, with Jalen Ramsey and Kendall Fuller. Shaq Barrett and tight end Jonnu Smith was also out. As well as the fact you had Bradley Chubb, Jalen Phillips, and Cameron Good all recovering and rehabbing from injuries that ended their 2023 season. Other players who were spotted but didn't work included Cam Smith, Aaron Brewer, and the team's top pick this year in the draft, Chuck Robertson. And it was said that Robinson was wearing a compression sleeve over his left leg. So hopefully he's all right. It's too goddamn early to be having injury issues already. So hopefully he's all right. But let's get into some of the highlights. So first highlight they wrote was cornerback Caleb Cole, who was wearing the orange jersey, logically for his performance during the first OTA on Monday, which was close to the media. So we don't really know how well he performed, but it's, I guess, promising to see that he is in the orange jersey. If you don't know what the orange jersey represents for the Miami Dolphins players, those are the players who basically had the best practice, the practice before, and they're symbolizing that with the orange jersey, and they're rewarding them by letting them pick the playlist for the day, basically. So they get to choose what tunes they listen to during practice. And then after that, it was saying that maybe the most impressive performer on the day was new tight end Jordy Forson, who had 3 catches, including a nice high grab over the middle. So, sound like the tight end room has gotten a little better based off that. Hopefully that is the case. Again, you take it with a grain of salt. This is OTAs. This is practice. It's practice. It's, some things you just leave at that. Then Eric Izukama, coming off of missing most, if not majority, of the 2023 season with a neck injury, he was also productive. He had 3 catches there as well. Anthony Walker Jr., new linebacker additional from the Browns, had a tip pick interception today off of a Mike White pass. Julian Hill made a nice catch over the middle on a really nice window throw by rookie free agent Gavin Hardison. What really stood out here was how much bigger Hill looks than last year. So he seems to be putting in work in the weight room. That's good to hear. Hardison was a little spotty with his accuracy, but he did at times show off the big arm for which he's known for. Okay. The longest completion came when Skylar Thompson hit running back Devon Achane down the left sideline on what appeared to be a busted coverage. Hardison also had a long touchdown pass to Fortison after he got behind Nick Needham in the secondary. Though this was a play that took a long time, maybe it would have ended earlier in the game. In a game situation. Something I did not like hearing, because I actually heard good things in the first OTA about this guy, was rookie running back Jalen Wright didn't particularly have a noticeable day, so he didn't really stand out. Unfortunately, what stood for him was the heat. It seemed like he was a little dehydrated, gas, whatever the case may be. Safety Javon Holland walked over to Wright to hand him a bottle of water after the rookie got sick. Wright incidentally wore a helmet cam during practice. So he needs to get his legs under him. You got to get used to the Florida Heat, man. Excuse me. It's all right. It's quite literally the first week of practice. You just got to get it right and stay right. You feel me? None of the three quarterbacks on here particularly stood out. Rookie 6th-round pick Malik Washington was active early in practice and had a couple of receptions. And that's it for all the highlights from Tuesday's practice. Now, let me see if I can find something from today. Right now, I just see photos, guys. So Omar Kelly had made 10 impressions from the practice. So this first one was Poyer must prove he hasn't lost a step. I get that why he said that's because of age, things of that nature. He says, too, the Dolphins seem one safety short, which is fair because this is a defense that what Anthony Weaver wants to run that runs a lot of 3 safety looks. And right now they probably got 2 legitimate safeties. Everyone else, they kind of just hoping something could stick. 3, backup center might be an issue. Aaron Brooks sat out OTA period. The media attendant worked there on the sidelines with trainers. That's typically an indicator that he's nursing an injury and the team needs to proceed with caution. At the moment, this isn't too concerning. But if Liam Eichelberg, as we all know, is forced to take snaps again at center, it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to end well. It's just not. It didn't end well last season. Tight end will be one of the more competitive groups that, as we've seen in the first highlights we read, tight end seemed to be a position that was pretty much, got it going on in the battles. I know Fortson was saying he had a good – Fortson was having good practice. They just signed Jonnu Smith. Said Julian Hill came back looking bigger and better. So we'll see. Someone must step up behind Miami's top 3 receivers. Let me say this, right? I don't agree with this notion. I think the NFL is a playmakers league. You can never have enough playmakers. That is a fact. And what he's saying, a lot of people have the same beliefs. But this is my thing. When you already have 2 guys that are both top 20, top 25 receivers, and one of them arguably is the best receiver in the league, what more can you ask for from the room? Because you're going to get as much production as you can out of those possible 2 guys already. You're going to want the most out of them. You're not going to want to take the ball out of their hands. So it's kind of, to me, in my personal opinion, it's kind of insane to expect a 4th or 5th wide receiver to step up in a room that consists of Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill, and now on top of that, Odell Beckham. I mean, he's not coming here for charity. He's coming here to get his numbers and get his money. So to say guys like Braxton Berrios or Eric Ezukanma or Malik Washington, I believe is his name, these guys need to step up and make it happen, it's kind of unrealistic in my opinion. You have 3 guys who can all easily get 80-plus targets this season alone. Where are the rest of the targets going to come in for the rest of the guys? I mean, Tyreek Hill is easily going to get over 100 targets. Jalen Waddle easily is going to get at least 80, 85 targets. So that leaves the rest of the targets for Odell Beckham and Jonnu Smith at tight end. So this notion that another receiver needs to step up when you got 4 already legitimate pass catchers, to me sounds like a backhanded excuse for Tua. Like, he has enough. He doesn't need Pro Bowlers at every single depth piece position. It's okay. They are all right at the position. It's one of the better positions on the team. They got to stop making it seem like everything needs to be perfect. It doesn't need to be. They have more than enough talent in that receiver room. We were just on my podcast 2-3 weeks ago My homeboys are saying this is the best receiver room in the league. How much better can it be? Like, let's stop these excuses. Then the next thing is Jalen Phillips noticeable limp is troublesome, which at this point is kind of expected. Again, I told people it was a shot in the dark to believe Jalen Phillips or Bradley Chubb would be ready for week 1. Complete shot in the dark. I doubt that either one of them played week 1. I doubt either one of them played the first month of football. I truly doubt that. That's why I didn't have zero issue with them picking Chop Robinson. And in fact, I think that's why they picked Chop Robinson. I think they know they're going to be without these guys for at least the first month. So I ain't got no problem. It's not I have a problem with it. It's just I don't think this is something that should be surprising. So for 7 months, South Florida's heat and humidity is no joke. Yeah, they talked about that with Jalen Wright. Dolphins need healthy edge rushers for sure, and it does not help that Chop Robinson has already been spotted in a leg sleeve. So, it's not good to know, and that's on top of the fact that it's seeing that Shaq Barrett was working on rehab assignments as well. And his another observation was Tahir Tart's conditioning could be problematic. You know that he's a defensive tackle that they signed this offseason. I mean, we'll see. I don't have any high hopes for any of the D tackles, to be honest with y'all, but we'll see. Orange is a new in vogue color. That really means absolutely nothing. But let me just say this, man. This is not going to be that long of an episode tonight. I don't have much to say. As you all can see, I'm running solo dolo, so we might run for 25, 30 minutes. Probably not even that. But I just want to say this. This is the year. Excuses will not be made for me. I know I got a lot of home, but the guys who y'all see me on this podcast with, every week, will not be making excuses for this team. We'll not be making excuses for the players. We'll not be making excuses for the coaches. This is the year. This is it. You all watched the episode last week with me and my homeboy Mario. If you don't know who that is, go back and check out the show. His socials, he be talking about and stuff like that, etc. We talked about it. This year should be at the bare minimum 12-win season. Bare minimum. You have the talent, you have your coach, you have your guy quarterback. These are the guys that you believe in and want to move forward with. You made that abundantly clear. So go get it done. This team on paper is one of the 5 best rosters in the league. On paper, one of the 5 best rosters in the league. No question about it. Outside of maybe, at this point, maybe Houston, maybe the Chiefs, maybe the Browns, Ravens up there, Niners up there. Outside of those 5 teams, 3 of which you could probably make a case for, the Jets too. Outside of those 6 teams, you can make a case for them being over two of those teams, making them top 5 in terms of talent. I don't see how we're making any excuses to why the job should not be done this year. Don't see why. I don't see why the job can't be done this year. And if it's not done this year, I said this on this channel, I'll say it again. Blow it up. It is what it is. Let it go. Break it down. Part ways with some heavy contracts that you're not winning with. Part ways with some players that's growing in age and you're not winning with. It's not going to help you wasting their careers. It's not going to help them wasting their careers. Blow it up. Let it go. Let bygones be bygones. Hey, my brother, it was a nice ride while it lasted, but this got to stop. We got to be realistic now. It's time for the next chapter. And I think, again, if it does not work this year in the division where you got a 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers coming off of a ruptured Achilles, the Bills as vulnerable and just deprived of talent as far as I'm concerned, as much as they've been in the last 5 years. If it does not work this year, blow it up, let it go. It's okay. It's okay to admit defeat and to let it go. It's okay. If it again, for those who's listening, if it don't work this year, let it go. But that'll be all for the show tonight, guys. That's all I had to say. You know, not like I said, it wasn't going to be that long of an episode. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to the show once again. See y'all in the next one. Be sure to follow me on all my socials. Last Word Productions on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch. Last Word Productions. You can follow me everywhere. I'm everywhere. I promise y'all. Peace out, man.